Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's Justice for Comics. Hope everyone had a good week. It's time to review the CBSI comicbookinvest.com's Hot 10 list. This list comes out every Friday afternoon, and I know there'll be a couple books on there that I suspected that came out this week. I knew they would be on the list, and sure enough, I was right. So let's go through it. We'll start off with the honorable mentions. What do we got here on the list? Tales of Horror, number 8. I love a red cover. Man, that's a pretty cool cover with a big old snake on it wrapped around the Empire State Building. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I can see why people would want this book. It's good old 10 center. So this is a Golden Age horror book. 2 sales happened this week. A 3.0 for $13.50 and a 5.0 sold for $7,800. Man, 2 grade bumps and the price goes up more than what, 4 times? That's crazy. That seems like a huge disparity. I would say the 3.0 guy got a pretty good deal for $13.50. A 5.0 jumping to $7,800. Obviously, there must not be too many on the census at higher, I don't know, 5.0 is not a high grade at all, but you got to wonder how many are in the 8 to 9.0 range. The older the book, the harder it is to get graded. A lot of books didn't even start getting graded until the last 5 or 6 years. So probably a really tough book to find in high grade. The other one is Batgirl number 35, second print. This came out in 2014, so not that old of a book. Going for $30 to $40. Ben says, this is a great cover. I don't think it's a great cover. It's an okay cover. What's great about it? I mean, and I like there's purple on it. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't think it's a great cover. It's decent. I'm sure the print run was a lot lower. First of all, the print run on Batgirl back in 2014 was not high to begin with. Nobody was buying that book. Still nobody buys Batgirl. I don't know. What are they? They do 15, 20,000 print run. So the second print probably had 4,000 or 5,000 print run. So very, very low print run. I don't know. I don't see the appeal of this book. I don't think it's that great of a cover, but to each his own. What are you going to do? All right, number 10 on the list is Mouse, A Survivor's Tale, number 1. This came out in 1986. Pretty old book. It's a graphic novel, so it's not a comic book. It's more of a graphic novel. It's about Nazis and concentration camps, and if mice were ruling other mice. It's basically just a political commentary on what was going on back then, and I guess there's some school system decided to ban this book from the library. I don't know. I guess that's creating interest in the book right now. I don't know. I thought we lived in a free country. I don't know why we're banning books. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stay out of the politic arena. But it's a cool looking book. It's been around a long time. It's a well-known book in the graphic novel genre, and it's getting attention, so that's why the price is going up. In a few months, no one will care again. Number 9 is Swordmaster number 12. Going for about $30 right now. This was a cover price book just a week or so ago. I guess it's the last issue of the series. I'm not surprised. Nobody was buying it. Print run is really, really low because nobody was buying it. So let me clue you in, guys. The reason print runs are low is because nobody is buying the book. The demand is not there. I don't know why we don't understand. I have to explain this all the time to people. It has a low print run because nobody was buying it, and it's based on pre-orders. Nobody was pre-ordering this book. I'm not saying it's a terrible book, but no one was interested in it. Now all of a sudden there's interest in the character, and of course, print run was low, and now the demand is high. Supply meets demand. Price goes up. So, the market is fickle, as we all know. Who the heck knows what will happen in a few months when this book is forgotten out of memory. I don't know. I'd be careful buying it at high prices. That could be a good book to look for in a back issue bin at an LCS. I'm sure that there are copies right now sitting there for cover price or $1 book, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you can get it for $1, I think that's a great deal. Put it on eBay and flip it. I'm all for that. Number 8 is The Duel, number 1. This was highlighted by my good friend Jim's Comics on his Instagram and I believe on his channel. Yes, his channel is back up and running. He took a 2-year break. I think he, just like Saga, I think, was it a year break? I think he took a 1-year break. It felt like 2 years. But he's back doing videos again and, of course, making books move by his mere mention or whisper of a particular book. And this one does look good. I like Alex Cormack's art. He did Sink, Road of Bones. He's been a very good indie artist for a while. His art is fantastic. He's a very good storyteller with art. And you've got writer Curtis Martins. I'm not as familiar with Curtis Martins, but it looks like an interesting storyline. Yeah, we'll see. I picked up a couple copies of this book. I found it still on Bliss. I guess the publisher is Bliss Comics. They still had it. They still had it for cover price on their website. Shipping was a little expensive, so you may want to, if you're going to buy that direct from the publisher, make sure you buy several copies just because it makes it a little bit better with the shipping. Yeah, but Jim's Comics is the reason this book is on fire. I don't know why Ben didn't give him credit for that, but he should have. So shame on you, Ben. Jim's Comics is the one that made this book move. He says, don't be confused, though. This is not an Alec Baldwin cover. Well, first of all, that's not the right gun. Alec Baldwin in the movie Rust, I think it's Rust, was using a single-shot Colt. This is a modern semi-automatic pistol. So yeah, not even close to the same gun, but thanks Ben. Thank you. Yeah, but Alec Baldwin, he's definitely going to be sued and probably lose a ton of money, or at least his insurance company will. Number 7 is all new Ghost Rider number 1. Tradmore. Tradmore's art is definitely funky, psychedelic. It's definitely out there. His recent Hulk number 3, 1 in 25 variant is doing well right now because of a new appearance of a villain in the Hulk universe. So that book's doing well, and it's a crazy looking cover. This is more of a subdued cover for Tradmore, believe it or not. His covers are usually a lot crazier. So this is actually a mild cover for Tradmore. But the newest version of Ghost Rider, I don't know if he's going to be making an appearance at some point in a show. Who knows? But this book's going for $75. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure people are speculating on that happening. Number 6, New X-Men number 23. I know nothing about this book. Going for $30 to $40. Says, thanks to Van Denby for making me aware of this. First appearance of Nesno Abedemi, a.k.a. Gentle. Yeah, that is a terrible name. That is him on the bottom right of this week's number 1 book. All right, well, this book came out in 2006. Probably a good chance you might be able to find that in the back issue bin at an LCS, possibly. So that might be a good one to hunt for the weekend. Maybe Manny can find a couple copies. I'm sure he'll post a video if he does. Yeah, that name is terrible. Nesno Abed. Oh my God. I mean, you can't even pronounce it. Some of these writers, man, I don't know what the heck they're thinking. Well, Craig Kyle, no one's ever heard of you. I've never heard of you, and I'm very familiar with the comic industry, so maybe that's the reason. And no one's heard of him. Number 5, Thor number 21, the Michael Walsh 1 in 25 variant. Good old Donny Cates and Nick Klein. I guess to me this is the second appearance of God of Hammers. I don't know if it's being credited as the first full. There seems to be a very, very big controversy these days as to what's first appearance, what's first full. To me, it's first appearance and first full if the character is in full panel, not shadowed out, or cameo is more like one panel, it doesn't say anything, at the very end of the book, that kind of thing. But a first full, in my opinion, is name of the character, he's actually speaking and has dialogue, and he's in multiple panels. That's a first full appearance. I believe that is the case with Thor number 20, that this character is in several panels. I don't know if the character speaks or not, but it's definitely identified as the God of Hammers in issue 20. So to me, this seems more like a second appearance. Maybe it's not even first cover appearance, right? First cover appearance is Thor 20, the second print 1 in 25, which I think goes for way over $100 right now. Yes, it's going for $70. I thought it was going for more than that recently. I don't know. Maybe the prices come back down. I saw it going for like over $100. Probably just because there just probably wasn't a lot of people ordering heavy on that book, I'm thinking. So you got auction still. You got a buy it now with the cover A for $120. I buy it now for $125. Yeah, so $70 is not quite accurate. Oh, there's an 85 plus 7. Okay, it's a $90 book. Another $90 book. $100. All right, so probably around a $90 to $100 book right now for that is my guess. On eBay, according to the eBay listing. Well, I mean, not sold, but listed. I guess it only matters if it's sold. Ben says, the main question you should be asking yourself is, do I want to invest in a Kate's character that has authority over the tool shed? God of Hammers. Yeah, that's true. Is that his only power? He basically controls all the hammers? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Number 4, the Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond number 1, the Adam Hughes 1 in 50 variant. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I mean, there's a lot of Hughes fans out there. This is going to be a popular one. It's funny. It's poking fun at the Mary Jane Watson stupid, corny, cringy line of "you just hit the jackpot." What's the line? You just hit the jackpot, tiger. I don't know. It's very cringy. Let me tell you something. Most writing in comic books is a cringe fest. All right, it just is. Especially when you go back to the 70s and 80s. It's even before that. It's super cringy. Maybe back then kids thought it was cool, but man, today it's almost embarrassing to read some of the dialogue. But this one's going for $120. I'm happy for that. I think I picked this up for like $35. Yeah, if Hughes is doing a higher ratio, it tends to do pretty well. There's just a big collecting base for Adam Hughes. Yeah, throwing a little humor on the word bubbles, and yeah, selling for about twice what the Momoko is at half the ratio. Wow. Yeah. Well, Momoko, I've noticed Momoko variants are not doing near as well as they used to. So, I don't know. Maybe that fire is burnt out. I don't know. Some of the covers I still like by Momoko, but yeah, there's just so many now. It seems to be saturating the market, I think, too much. All right, number 3 is New Teen Titans Annual number 2. This is the first appearance of Vigilante. There's also a Vigilante number 1 out there as well. I have both of these in super high grade. I mean, mine are definitely 9/8, so that kind of feels nice. That means theoretically this could be a $325 book. I may have to pull that out of my think I have that in my storage unit. Maybe I should pull that one out. Man, 325. Mine is definitely a 9.8. It is super high grade. And I don't know if they had newsstands or direct. I'll have to take a look and see if there's a difference between newsstand and direct, or if there is one. I'll have to look and see. But even 9.6s are going for over $200. All-time highs on that book right now. So this character is showing up in the DC Peacemaker series, which is on HBO Max. I haven't watched it yet. It looks interesting. John Cena plays Peacemaker. It looks kind of funny. It looks like it's entertaining. I'm going to give it a watch. I'll watch at least the first couple episodes and see if I can get into it. DC, though, has not done very well with movies or TV. So I don't, I did not like the Suicide Squad. I thought it was absolutely terrible. I thought the first one was way better. I mean, the first one wasn't great either. There were some very cringy moments in the first Suicide Squad movie, but the second one was absolutely terrible. I watched it. I got through it, but it was almost unwatchable. It was so bad. I don't know. I don't know. Was it James Gunn I think James Gunn did that. Maybe he's losing his touch. It seems like he is. All right, the next one here is Deathstroke Incorporated number 5. This is the Nathan. How do you pronounce that name? Is it Zerdy? I think the S is silent. Zerdy 1 in 25 variant. Going for about $125. Yeah, that's over 5 times ratio. Ben says, I can't keep up with all of these 1 in 25s that are popping over $100 after release. This reminds me of the good old days 7 years ago. Zerdy has a lot of covers out there. Will people be looking for those? Maybe. He's a good artist. I think he's got an interesting style. Tends to draw women the most. I think that's his shtick. But yeah, I can see why people like it. I don't know if it's worth paying that kind of money. The problem with these DC specs is they go up for a couple weeks and then they go down really hard. The Marvel goes up and they come down as well, but I noticed Marvel does not come down as steeply as the DC variants and the spec on DC. So just be careful with DC books. I think that could be an issue for you. Number 1 is Black Panther. Number 3, the Turin Clark 1 in 25 variant. This just dropped on Wednesday. There is a new character named Tosin, Tosin. And Bleeding Cool had an article. I did a video on Instagram about it. And I also posted... I posted a video, and I think I also posted a photo of this variant. And the Bleeding Cool article was sort of speculating that, this could be the next Miles Morales type character. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's a cool cover. I could see why people want it. I watched a couple days ago as all the 100 to 125 price range books all got bought. There are still auctions on eBay right now, but the price is definitely up to like $225, $250 now. If I look at eBay right now at the moment, well, right off the bat, you got a new listing. Someone's asking $300 for that book. You've got an auction with 8 bids already at $77 with 6 days left. Another one with 6 days at $132. Oh, man. A buy it now for $475. Holy crap. Jesus. Here's an auction already at $202 with 1 day and 3 hours left. 34 bids. Here's the set A cover plus the 1 in 25. Asking, it looks like the auction's 5 days left, already at almost $150. Here's a buy it now for $400. Wow. So what's the lowest buy it now right now is $300. Amazing. 400. Another auction, 4 days left. Another one with 2 days, over $200. Couple of auctions there. Oh, man. The lowest buy it now is $300 on that book. Holy crap. There was a buy it now this morning on it at $225, and that was the only one. So there were like 3 or 4 auctions and only one buy it now at $225. Obviously somebody picked that up. Let's look real quick to see what the highest sale has been. Wow, yeah, look at that. Somebody bought it today for $300. Wow. And they paid the full $300. So someone paid $305 for that book. Here's one that sold sometime today from the UK. Basically $200, $167 plus $40 shipping. Yeah, that's over $200. Here's that buy it now that I noticed this morning. $225 plus $12 shipping. Someone grabbed one this morning for $100. That went quick. Look at this, $400 listing. Somebody made an offer, probably close to $400. Oh man, holy crap! So this is when it gets dangerous. You know, I luckily got one of these for $30, if you can believe that. And just a couple days ago, I scoured Google. I'm very good at Googling. And I found one shop that still had one, and I bought it, and I was nervous. I was nervous all day yesterday thinking, oh man, they're going to freaking cancel my order once they figure out how hot this book is, and they shipped it. They shipped it out, and I have UPS tracking on it, or U.S. Post Office tracking on it. So man, I'm hoping it comes in good shape and they package it well and there aren't any issues. But I have one coming. I paid $33 shipping. It's $33 shipped. So whatever it was, maybe it was just under $30. So I got it pretty close to ratio. So yeah, I feel very lucky to have grabbed that. Many weeks I missed the hot book. I didn't miss it this week, luckily. I don't know if this character has any legs or not, but man, if there's a chance that that character ends up kind of like a Miles Morales and that ends up becoming the new Black Panther, yeah, this book is going to be going for probably crazy money. It'll be interesting to see if you start seeing in a month or two. I don't know. It's going to take longer than that. Well, you know, there are people that get fast-tracked CGC gradings. Most everyone else has to wait like 7, 8, 9, 10 months to get their CGC back, but there are people that get it back within a couple weeks, believe it or not. They must spend a lot of money with CGC to make that happen, but don't be surprised within 2 or 3 weeks if you see a CGC graded copy of this book on eBay going for insane money. You figure if this is a $300, $250, $300 raw book graded, it's a black cover, that might be a tough book to get in 9.8. That 9.8 copy could be going way high, like $600, $700, $800, maybe $1,000. It's crazy. But that is your hot book of the week. That is your number one listing. I had a feeling it was going to be number one on the list. I figured that one was going to be on the list. I knew the Mary Jane was going to be on the list, and I also figured the Thor 21 was going to be on there. Yeah, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 books, 50%. That's pretty good. That's a good week for me. If I can get anywhere above 3, I'm happy. Heck, if I can get 2 of the hot 10 books on the list, I'm happy. So 5 is really good. So that's it, guys. That's what I had for you. There is your hot 10 list for the week from CBSI. Check it out. Maybe you can find these at your LCS. I think the Black Panther one will be difficult to find at your LCS at this point. It is the weekend. The book just came out on Wednesday. But you know how news travels these days. A lot of shop owners watch YouTube channels. I'm sure many of them check out the Hot 10 list from CBSI. So probably a lot of people are aware that that's a hot book right now. So yeah, that's going to be a very difficult one to find in high grade. But hey, maybe you can find it. I've seen people post videos finding really hot books for ratio. So it is possible. Hopefully that is the case with you and you can pick that up for a good price. I think long term it could be a good deal. Who knows? We'll have to see. All right, guys, that's all I had for you. I hope you had a great week. I will have another video out this weekend. I did get a bunch of books in the mail, so I do have a really cool comic haul video that I want to post. A couple of exclusive books, some really cool ratio books that I ordered a couple of months ago came in finally. So yeah, I'll do a video this weekend. So make sure you check that out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Share and like my video. That helps me grow my tiny little channel. And I appreciate everybody watching. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you soon.